Welcome to LPT. Today we have someone really special with us, and there are various reasons why she is special. First, she cleared IPMAT Indore 2026. This was her first time attempting it. Second, she cleared IPMAT Indore while she was preparing for her 12th standard. Fourth, the subjects she had in 12th, I want her only to tell me. So first of all, please welcome Sanvi. Hi Sanvi, how are you?
Hi ma'am, thank you.
So
The subjects I had in 12th, was a PCMB student, so I had physics, chemistry, maths, and then also biology with it.
Okay, so deadly combination, right? And still you cleared IPMAT like a cakewalk, is it? Or any which ways we will be digging deep down as to what was your strategy that, ensure that you are getting into your dream IIM. So Sanvi, first tell me, you had PCMB, correct? And with school, how did you manage your IPMAT preparation?
Ma'am, it was not as difficult as people think because for most of IPMAT exams, there is a lot of logical and then language and mainly maths as well. So in school itself, you learn a lot about the basic mathematics required, and then you just have to change the way in which you view the subject to make it fit into your IPMAT preparation. Same thing with language. Language itself, school itself helps a lot with the language part as well.
Okay, so it's basically what you're doing in school, just the higher level you have to ensure you're doing simultaneously for your IPMAT preparation. Is it the right way to put? And now I also will be getting comments that, okay, she had PCMB, she had a easier way, but I want you to tell everyone who come from commerce background, arts background, how IPMAT actually is now that you have cleared it.
IPMAT actually was kind of very different from science background. I first chose science because I wanted to know what all streams were like. But then later I heard about IPMAT and they switched to wanting to try for an IPMAT. And what I realized was like in chemistry and physics and things, you have to learn a lot of equations and then use the equations to get the answers. But in IPMAT, you can get there through logic most of the time. And you just have to think clearly in the exam hall. And if you can manage the time, it is not that difficult of an exam if you actually manage your time preparing well and in the exam as well.
Correct. So it's basically an aptitude exam wherein you have to keep in mind time management, speed, accuracy hacks. It's not, it's not some rocket science that you have to, look after. It's something that with sheer dedication, just like you had, anyone can clear it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Sanvi, I also want to ask you, how was your paper? Were there any particular questions that you were like, yaar, ab to nahi ho payega, that made you question during the exam ki whether or not you will be able to make it to IIM Indore or not? Or how was your paper?
If I'm being honest, for some reason, the day of the paper, I was extremely relaxed. And I think this helped me with the paper a lot. So in my mind, like my parents and everyone, they were very supportive. They told me it's fine if you don't get in this year because like you had to manage both school and the preparation. So like if you don't get in this year, you can just try again next year if you want. Like we fully support you either ways. And with this in mind, I was very relaxed. So even with the questions that I didn't get like at first sight, I just like skipped that question for then. And then if I had time, I just came back. For some of the mathematics questions, for geometry especially, I was a little bit weak in geometry, so I didn't get enough time to come back, I'll be honest. But for most of it was pretty alright, smooth sailing, I'd say.
Right. So it's a combination, right? You have to be very, acquainted with the fact that you might not know everything on the exam day, no matter how much you prepare, and you eventually have to play the trick that leave the questions that you don't know and come back to that later. All right. So Sanvi, how did your PI go? And I also want you to know how LPT helped in your journey to IIM Indore.
Yes, I definitely took some mocks, and even the PI interview, there were mock interviews that really helped because that kind of gave me like how it was going to be, gave me an idea. And the PI actually went pretty similar to how I was trained for. So that really helped me a lot. As for the PI, I did expect them to ask me about my co-curriculars a little more, but for my PI, it was mainly just academics. And from my stream, they asked me what subject I like the most. And then when I said mathematics, they asked me about certain subjects in the mathematics, and then they gave me a pad and pen, and then they told me to do some questions they asked at the moment. Also, they asked me a little bit about the political situation because from where I'm from Kerala, so the elections were just over then.
Correct.
So they asked me about some of the political situations as well.
Okay. So any questions that actually made you fumble? Like you were like, okay, I don't know answer to this. Any question that you faced in your PI?
I think, as I said, there were like politics, and then they asked me how many seats there were from my state in the central government Lok Sabha.
Okay.
And I said I was not aware. And then they asked me if I knew the whole number of seats, which was 543. So I told them that. And they told me to make an educated guess. I think I was off by like 4 or 5. But I said I would look up on it after the interview.
Smart, very smart. Okay, nevertheless, now for those who are preparing for IPMAT 2027, a message from me would be that this is a classic example. If you are ki 12 के साथ पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है, Sanvi is a live example sitting in front of you. She cleared it. And Sanvi, what will be your message to those who are appearing for IPMAT 2027?
Don't stress too much. Don't think it's too hard to manage. Just prepare as much as you can and believe in yourself. Confidence is key, especially in the personal interview, and even in the exam hall. When you stress, you lose time. So try to be as confident in your abilities as you can be and prepare well.
Right. The fundamentals are same everywhere. It's just how consistent, how patient, and how faithful you are for your preparation. Correct. All right, Sanvi. It was lovely talking to you. I wish you all the very best for your future. All the best.